You're listening to Metal Gear Mondays, and one of the things you can do to help support the show if you enjoy it is go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays. It's kind of like PBS, where we're supported by listeners like you, except not as beneficial.
This week on Metal Gear Monday... Hello?
Horacio, is that you? It's me, Cameron.
Cameron? Where the hell have you been? Dude, I haven't heard from you in 6 months.
It was Kojima. He heard what I had to say about his games, so he kidnapped me and tried to use Psycho Mantis to change my opinions. I was at home playing a real man's game, Paper Mario Sticker Star, when I started feeling woozy. Next thing I know, I wake up at a cell on Shadow Moses.
How the hell did you survive?
It was real easy once I figured out Hideo's moveset. Didn't even have to use a ration the last time we fought. Is the podcast still going?
Yeah, it's been gaining a lot of traction.
Traction?
We've started a Patreon as well.
Patreon?
Dude, you're not going to believe this. We even got Cole Ross on an episode.
Cole Ross? Well, you think if you call me an airvac, I can be back in time for the podcast?
Sure thing, buddy.
Good. Make sure they bring me a pack of smokes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Metal Gear Mondays, the podcast where we cover the Metal Gear Solid series from top to bottom, front, back, left, right, up, down, A, B, start, in chronological order. I'm Alessio Summerfield, as always, your host, and this week I am joined by Samuel Wright.
Hey.
Isaac Lim. And
Didn't even let Isaac finish his thing.
It's okay. I blame it on the Skype delay.
It's fine.
Ampersand. We found a snake. We found a fellow snaky boy. He's back, baby. Cameron Hill. What you got, dude?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? My name's Cameron Hill. I get all my political opinions from Facebook images.
Yeah, buddy.
Really, just painting a vivid picture.
It really does. That says a lot about someone, I think.
A vote. What Fox News doesn't want you to know: a vote for Solid Snake is throwing your vote away. Don't do it. Vote for Trump.
Oh man.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, we got old friends, we got new friends, we got vape friends. We're back here with the newest part of the Metal Gear Solid 3 coverage. For this week's episode, Sam, what are we going to be talking about?
We are going to be talking about the moments after our encounter with the Sorrow, and we're going to be taking it through our trek back through Grozny Grad, all the way through the destruction of the special tank Kawaii Shagohad.
Oh, Kawaii Shagohad. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Isaac.
It's P cute.
Isaac. You remember what time it is, right?
It's way past
Sam, let these fools
midnight.
know.
Fumbling in the dark with Isaac Lim.
Cue Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music here. And Isaac, what did we do last week?
Last week,
Magic Lim, man.
I feel like the quality of these has gone downhill. So
I'll be the judge.
Remember what we did.
What did we talk about the last time we were at
we just walked through a bunch of goo to get to Sorrow Man and Saruman.
Oh. Cast the ring into fires of Mount Doom.
That's a different podcast, but Sam, do you want to give it to him this week or no?
You know what? No, I'm going to give him a D- this week.
That was good.
I'm not going to give it to him at all because I want to use something other than the Victory Who Wants to Be a Millionaire song. So I'm just going to have to give him the failure. So much like Sam alluded to, we are going to be post death, faux death with the sorrow, and we got to go back, guys. We got to go all the way back, and we have to destroy the Shagohad. So on that note, though, real quick, Cameron, this is your first time playing through MGS3, much like it is Isaac's first time playing. We haven't heard what you think of the rest of the game so far. So can you catch us up to speed? What are your thoughts up until this point?
Catch you up. All right. Music is awesome. Love the music in this game. Totally supreme.
Mm.
You're gonna have to use your Control-C cut on this because I wasn't prepared for this question. You're gonna have to cut out that dead air.
Totally supreme music.
And the dead air that's about to follow.
I'm actually gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the dead air, and then I'm actually going to duplicate it and add even more dead air.
7-hour episode.
And that box is inside a box. Inside that box is another box.
I thought the music. Yeah, like I said, the music is great. I know that I was like a hater in the first two games, and I just want to let you guys know, still a hater.
Oh,
Not a lie. Joke's on you. This game is actually. Oh, I threw a curveball at you. Haha.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah,
are you no
this is
longer
actually,
you're not the hatred anymore? You're not in the Cobra
No, I
unit
don't-
as the
I don't-
secret member?
No, I don't think so. I think I kind of like a large problem that I had with the games before is just like it kind of felt like Kojima sort of masturbating and like making a game that like, oh, it'd be cool if I did this, and sort of the problems that you see with like film directors like M. Night Shyamalan and Michael Bay, to where it's like he just has a bunch of yes man behind him, so he just like does whatever the hell he wants, and I think it's still happening, even more so in this game, I guess. But it's like it's become endearing, I guess. Like, I don't know, hard to explain. But
I dig it. I dig it.
yeah, I kind
I
of like
think-
it now for all those things that like I was like, that's a little too self-serving. That's kind of become the charm.
Yeah, I think I actually kind of agree with that to some extent, and I think that I think the fans are the ones that roped him in. Because
Yeah.
this game's real fan servicey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
So,
lot.
sweet.
There's like a lot of
Also, he's trying to tell a very simple story this time instead of one that goes into a million different directions.
Yes, for sure.
So
Story was a lot easier to follow. I think in his old age, he's become more perverted, or the like pixel quality is now allowing us to see how perverted this man is. And I'm a fan.
I thought you were gonna say namaste for some reason right there. You were like, yeah, I'm a fan.
Both.
Hideo
Really?
Kojima, namaste.
Bless you, Hideo.
2 years.
I appreciate
What is
the
a-
things you're putting on screen.
What is a phrase that we can create that combines namaste with I'm a fan?
I'm a namasty.
I'm a fan.
I'm nasty.
Namaste man.
I'm nasty, man.
I'm the candy man.
All right, sorry. So we digress. So, essentially, after our tumble with death in the river Styx, so to speak, we come out of the water and we wake up next to a goat in a forest that we don't remember, and it's real weird. And we're bandaged up, and and so we're here. We got to find Eva. We got to get our shit back. And this is actually one of the, I think this is like the last combat-free zone in the whole game. I think from here on out, it's kind of a rush to the
Crazy.
climax.
Well, not technically, because this zone, I discovered by doing some research that if you don't remove the transmitter with the fork in the cell, the
Oh,
Ocelot
that's right.
unit will be here.
That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Thank you for your due diligence,
So-
Sam.
You're welcome.
But so that being said, if you're playing along with us, there's no guards.
Yep.
And I don't know if I mentioned this last episode, but I really dig how ever since Snake loses his eye, whenever you're in R1 mode, there's a little vignette on the right side where you can see that part of your vision is obscured. So it's kind of simulating the whole like missing an eye, but still trying to make it to where you can fucking play the game. So I dig it. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention before we get past this area is that if you have the the hell is the name of the snake, Sam? We went back and forth on it. The infinite ammo snake, the little
nasty
chester.
snake.
The little chode.
Yeah, chode snake. If you've got little creepy fucking chode snake that you captured way earlier in the game, and you do have to carry him to the end of the game to get the infinite ammo bandana. Once you grab your gear from Eva, you have to come back to this spot to catch him again. So, so yeah. But besides that, what'd you...
Tsuchinoko.
Yeah, there we go. Tsuchinoko. What did you guys do before the Eva cutscene? You guys have any fun stories or anything like that? Did you just go exploring?
Just kind of took a leisurely stroll through the nice area. There's butterflies, I think.
I prepped my body for the scenes that were about to come.
And I forked a Marcor. And that
Oh.
was yummy.
Oh, wait, you forked the goat to death?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my
That's
god.
funny story. You don't eat it immediately, which I thought he was gonna do.
Oh, weird. Normally he does. Oh, wait. No, you don't have your backpack back. What the fuck? Oh, so I guess you put it in your inventory, your little R1.
yeah, I
or
guess.
R2. Did
But
you
I
guys
just-
find the little Keraton down by the river?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, Karopi.
Hiding.
Oh my god.
Froggy
Well,
boy.
Yeah, little frog man.
Little
Nasty
froggy
frog
froggy.
man.
Frogu.
Cameron, are you playing this on the Vitar?
Yeah, I was playing it on the Vita.
Yeah, me too.
Which gave me some troubles towards the end, down towards the Volgin fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know if you. So real quick, I'm just gonna do this as a recap, both for Cameron and for everybody else. Did you know that whenever you are in first-person mode, that you can hold the left trigger to make the aiming more fine-tuned?
I didn't.
Yes.
Hold the left.
What?
Didn't.
Yeah, I learned that like literally last episode. And then if you hold the left trigger while moving, you creep walk and nobody can hear you.
Hold on. I'm going to YouTube to pull up Justin Timberlake "Cry Me a River"
Oh
because that's kind of the accurate emotion for what I'm feeling right now.
I'm sorry, Cameron. I should have sent you my
He's
my
looking.
pro tips. But
Nah.
alas, you were unable to receive any correspondence because you were captured and tortured.
Indeed.
But yeah, word. So we
Pretty bummed you guys. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
how long did it take you guys to get behind the waterfall?
Not too long. I thought I was able to like swim through it, and when I realized I couldn't, I got out of the water and walked around.
Well,
Didn't take me very
Sam,
long.
you've played this before. I'm asking the two guys who've never played this before.
Oh well.
Did you guys get lost?
Specify.
It took me 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Did you time yourself?
wow.
Yeah. I time all my
that Rob,
life
that Rob
choices.
Santos.
That's what I like about Isaac.
Yeah. Very precise, right?
He knows his
Himself.
limits.
He times himself. He's like, I know if I ask Isaac something like, "Hey, how long did that take you?" I'm gonna get like a really precise, straightforward answer. No
Yeah.
BS.
Yes.
Just it's good. I like that. It's a good quality to have, and I think more people should have it.
You're a great man, Isaac. All right, so Snake meets up with Eva behind the waterfall. As always, we get a nice little dramatic entrance, and then we get our gear back.
I'm just like, why? Didn't she figure that driving a motorcycle through a fucking waterfall in the middle of the forest was a bit much for the current situation?
Well, I also feel like, how the fuck did she get to the waterfall? How did she get to the waterfall on the motorcycle whenever we clearly just had to
Also-
climb logs to get here?
Also,
Pop the
very
sick
true.
nollie, dude.
Yeah, not
saw-
just go through the waterfall, hop over into the
Yeah, like-
waterfall.
Yeah, she was leaps
Yeah,
and bounds.
ramped.
Like her helmet was like scraping the
The
ceiling.
top of
I saw it hit some stalactite on the way in.
And we finally get to see Snake grub out for the first time, like in engine, and he's a fucking sicko the way he
loves
eats
it.
that snake. And sexual innuendos
Could you-
abound
could you-
for the
can
rest
I-
of the cutscene.
Yeah, she's a real sicko.
Can I
Fucking
It's just-
can I ask?
I won't cuss.
Can
never
I
mind.
make a request for you to cue the eating sounds here?
Want some?
No thanks.
Yep.
They're fucking gross.
Hey,
I also
Sam.
want to request myself to cue in. I want to eat you right
Ew.
here.
I wouldn't mind eating you.
I'd also like to request that we all give our best shot at the eating sounds.
Eh?
Oh god. Isaac, you go first.
So fucking good. All right, that was good, guys. I feel like we just went through group therapy.
I feel a lot closer to you guys. Like, I know I've been gone for so long, but like that's really the thing that brought us back. Grubbing out, just just four dudes grubbing out.
Just imaginary
Oh,
grubbing.
God.
But yeah, so what did you guys think of this cutscene? I literally just wrote less than 3 Eva, and Snake is so good in MGS3. I like him. He more human. That's literally what I wrote. I don't know why I wrote him more human, but it's good.
Him or human. I one of the biggest things that I noticed was that during that scene where they're making out, the fucking fire got bigger as they were kissing.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all. I like on the
Yeah.
Vita, the frame rate on the fucking fire, it feels like they're a movie and that the fire is like a stop motion claymation for some reason. Like the Vita fire
no.
looks like shit.
No, the fire definitely gets bigger as they're kissing, and I'm trying to figure out if that's a euphemism for something or like
The fire's
Right.
growing, Sam,
Their passion.
between them.
is that Snake getting his first high school boner.
Yeah, dude. Well, and I definitely like how Snake opts to push her back and be like, I just want to talk about the mission. It was good. So, I don't know. I like that. I
Well-
like that about him. He's an honorable man in this game.
Well, I don't know. Then he went and had a gun comment.
Hmm
Did you guys
What
catch
was his
that
comment?
It was a nice little. Well, say it.
one? All right. So Snake goes, "I've still got one good eye. I can still fire a gun. If you catch my drift."
Did he
And
say
she's
that?
like, "No."
I don't think he said
He
it.
didn't say that, but I'm.
Oh, I
it
really,
catches-
Isaac, I think you literally just found the one fucking sentence in the whole conversation that isn't sexual innuendo and somehow interpreted it as sexual
'cause-
Hey,
innuendo.
no, I'm with
She
Isaac.
said-
I thought that was a thing. It's almost like, hey, let's focus on the mission, but as soon as this is done, heyo.
I can still
gonna throw
fire
my
a
gun
gun, and
into
she
you.
says, "Good." She's like, "Really?
I'm
Good."
going to
And then
climb
fade
inside
to
you with
black.
my love touch.
And then they're putting on clothes after the scene, so
Ah.
you know.
Well, maybe you're right.
Anyway,
But she does lay out our mission objective for essentially for this episode, which is to go back to Groznygrad and to plant C3 on the Shagohad and destroy it. And so, which will leave Snake with the only objective being to kill the boss. So, real quick before we move on, I wanted to say that I while I was watching this, I thought to myself, Eva sure does sound a lot like Meryl. And so I started Googling to see who the voice actress was, and there's a really weird story here that I didn't know. The voice actress is credited as Suzette Minet, and apparently it's an alias, and nobody fucking knows who the real person is. So,
So do you think it's the girl who played Meryl?
yeah, I think that it's Debbie Mae West who is Meryl, and apparently a lot of people think that, and she's declined to respond. David Hayter says it wasn't her, and then like everybody else who's worked on the game like refuses to say who it was. And so this Suzette Minet chick literally has 2 credits, which is MGS3 and Peace Walker, and no other game credits, and nobody will fess up. I think it's Meryl. Does it not sound like Meryl to you guys?
Kind of.
a little bit.
I'd have to
But-
listen back.
Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from there we get to play again, and I think that there's no way to get out of the sorrow fight without getting the spirit camo, and so
There is.
you have it.
If you
That's
if
right.
you die before you get to the end of the river, or if you decide to take the fake death pill, you don't get it.
Gotcha.
You have to actually reach his body.
Did you guys
at the end of the
did you
river.
guys all get that camo?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Did you guys see what the effect is on it?
No.
It's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
you can
sweet.
just walk around.
Yeah, there's
You can walk
no
around without having
footstep
to
sounds.
sneak.
Yeah, and you also you replenish your stamina by choking dudes,
Well,
which I thought was interesting.
that's pretty crazy.
Yep. So there's a bunch of silencers, ammo, medical supplies, and extremely important, we have the cardboard box B at the end of the tunnel, which
Yes.
you should pick up, and we will talk about that here in a second.
Yes.
Last two notes: you can go back outside of the waterfall and find kabuki face paint in the deep water, which I found.
Which that was the face point that I got back in Grinini Gorky.
Oh, that's right. And I also found that sweet tip on MetalGearSolid.net. So shout out to Rob, and definitely check out the website.
Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Last note before we get back into Groznygrad: auto climbing ladders are for pussies. So I don't know if you guys encountered the ladder that lets you climb it in a cutscene. But
So if you put on the Sorrows camo and you call Sigint, you'll have a conversation with Sigint about the camo and how it was a gift from the Sorrow. And Sigint seems disturbed by the conversation, talking about how the Sorrow is dead. And he's like, "Did you really get that camo from the Sorrow?" And Snake's like, "Yeah." And then it says, "Well, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've heard. The Major says he was abducted by a fucking UFO."
he says fucking.
No, he doesn't say fucking like I said.
That would be
That was my
amazing if he just
personal
says a
edit.
fucking UFO.
No, that was my personal edit. But like the Major was apparently abducted by a UFO.
Wow.
I wonder if that has something to do with what happens later.
Maybe. When he woke up, he was home. Now, what do you suppose happened?
Does he say that?
No.
Okay. God damn it. Quit saying stuff. Freaking me out.
My bad. My bad.
But yeah, so we climb out of this gutter hole, and Snake has fate on his side, and apparently the best timing in the world, because as soon as we get out of the manhole, somebody parks a truck on top of it. And
In one of his patented non-hiding spots.
yeah, and one of his absolutely I'm not hiding whatsoever, you should be able to see me from here hiding spots. But yeah, so we are in Groznygrad Northwest. We're back in the base, and this is where we're going to kick it back to a style that we had on the last main episode with Rob. We're going to round robin this shit, and we're going to talk about how each of us got to the Shagohad. So, Cameron, if you're new to Fight Club, you got to fight. So, you're going to start us off. What was your experience getting to the Shagohad?
I just went up that northeast passage and used the tunnels.
Sweet. Did you have any
Cool.
resistance?
No, I was wearing that sweet ass scientist uniform, so I didn't really have any problems. It was fairly simple, not really much to say.
Wait, does it when you're out in the yard or whatever, does it affect? Does the scientist have a scientist? Let me start over. Hello. Does the scientist camo have effect outside? I thought it only had effect inside the lab.
No, yeah, this was inside whenever I got to the lab.
Oh, okay.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, getting into the hangar with the Shagohad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there
Very
is an
nice.
outside aspect. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Outside, I went through that like northeast area.
Word. Isaac,
Whoops.
what about you?
Cool.
Sorry, guys.
you killed it, man.
Yeah, dude. Shit. We're not. I didn't realize we were playing with like MLG pros.
This is the Cameron.
No,
guys.
I have like been playing this game in a very, very tight window. So it's just like, oh, I'm back. Let me go this way. So, yeah.
Isaac, how was your
Sweet.
run, buddy?
Mine was almost completely opposite to Cameron's. So immediately on the outside, I had no idea how this happened, but I got spotted and I couldn't find a good hiding place, so I just ran around with a box on my head. And I think I went to like the southeast and then somewhere else. And then I eventually ran into the lab, the East Wing lab, while the alert was still going. And then once inside, I kept running because I couldn't find a hiding spot. So I eventually went upstairs to the locker rooms, and I hid in one of those until the alert went away. But yeah, that was terrible. Then I picked up the 2 suits in the lockers, the sneaking and the maintenance camouflage. Excuse me. Yeah, and then
did you see the effect on the sneaking?
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
For everybody at home, the sneaking suit halves your damage, and it decreases your stamina depletion rate.
Damn, I didn't
It's
find
And the
pretty
maintenance,
awesome.
maintenance suit is just like science suit, except you look like a maintenance dude.
In the Shagohad area. So
Yeah, it makes Snake look a little pudgy. Did you guys notice
Yeah.
that Snake looked like a little fat boy?
Yeah, the thing that I wrote about this was I want to know why this motherfucker looks like Nico Bellic.
Snake's just like cousin.
Cousin, you want to go bowling?
oh,
Very
that's
nice.
good.
No, Roman, legal next time.
It's appropriate because it's Russian. Sam, what was your experience like?
So I pulled a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 1 magic, a little bit of Vujade.
Did you just make up a word?
Yeah.
Vujade.
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 C'est la vie.
So I went. So if you hop into the truck, in this area by the gate where you went down into the sewer, and you equip Cardboard Box A, you get transported immediately to the weapons lab in one of the rooms. So I did that because I was hiding from some dudes because, like Isaac, I somehow got spotted. So I jumped in the truck and hid in the box, and they didn't see me. And then as soon as the alert went away, a cutscene plays. This guy comes up and says, "Weapon Labs, eh?" And then a screen goes black. And then you show up on top of some boxes in the weapon lab. And it always confused me about this because I wondered, did they carry him into the room? Because that might get awkward. That might take some explaining. But yeah, I was automatically in the weapons lab. And I remember the cutscene said that all the scientists were gone. So I didn't know if the science suit was going to work, but I put it on anyway. And it did work. And one of my favorite things about this was, I think, Snake in his science suit with the eye patch and the glasses on top of the eye patch is the best thing I've seen in a very long time. But yeah, I went up into the locker room, got the sneaking suit and the maintenance suit, and I kind of walked around a little bit, talked to some people, and they're really just making an unmissable detail that you really shouldn't use the C3 on anything but the things that you are supposed to use them on.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you also only have enough to do
yeah.
that. So
Yeah, just enough. Yeah. Well, I wonder what happens. What happens if you like plant it somewhere wrong?
it'll
I
probably.
don't think it'll let you. It won't
Yeah, I
let
think
you.
it does the.
Oh, wow.
It does the little sound or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I got all that stuff, and I walked into the
And you
hangar
made it.
Very nice.
with the Nico Bellic suit.
Okay. Oh,
very nice.
I have 2 quick comments. If you don't
The
mind.
floor is yours,
Alessio.
Isaac.
Oh, thank you, sir. So one thing I noticed when you get this the sneaking suit out of the locker that you hid, whatever his name is,
Rykov?
yeah, the guy that looks like Raiden. There's a poster on the door that it's a picture of a man that looks just like Raiden. And I
Yeah,
just
I think
thought
it's
that was
MGS2. It's MGS2 riding. Rob pointed out last episode.
funny. Oh, well, I'm not paying attention, apparently.
Gotcha.
Dang.
Got him.
And then, so point number 2, I think I realized why he looks so pudgy in the maintenance suit. I'm looking at this playthrough, and Snake's booty is not the most well-shapen booty.
Oh no!
I've noticed that as well.
Uh-oh.
He just
no!
It looks like he let himself go, and he's wearing sweatpants. He's just
Poor dude.
Yeah.
like mid-40s Snake.
I thought that the pudge might be that he still has his legit camo with all of his little pouches
Oh.
underneath,
Could be.
and that's what I
It just-
thought.
They were just paying attention to detail.
His, yeah, it could be.
I don't
But
know.
his booty looks boxy.
Yeah.
Just
like I
That's
like
not
it.
even- all right, he looked pretty good in that maintenance suit. He looks real good in that scientist suit. But
That
I think,
turtleneck,
like,
dude.
Yeah, Hideo, like his biggest mistake was not including a zoot suit.
Zoot suit, right? I'm really sad that he didn't have his little flippies in this one.
That's true. Well, cool. Yeah. So my escapades are not too dissimilar from Sam's, except essentially I got on my belly and crawled like the snake that I was, and I crawled from the tanks all the way around. I think I tranquilized 2 dudes, got to the truck, equipped the box B, and literally got dropped off in the room with the Shagohad.
Dang.
And then I just like stepped out to the locker room, grabbed that shit, walked out, and then maintenance suit cigarette blasted everybody, and then just planted the C3 and just called it a day.
Oh yeah, no, I knocked everybody out.
Did you guys notice that if you equip the Raiden mask now, that Raiden has one eye closed and doesn't wear the officer hat anymore?
That's hilarious.
It's really goofy, dude. Like it looks like Raiden's just like gotcha, and like may as well have his tongue sticking out.
Wink.
Winky wink. But yeah, you're definitely
good.
gonna want to knock out and or kill everybody in the main wing with the Shagohad, because if somebody sees you planting the C3, it literally just goes to a game over screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced
so-
that, so I did the knockout method.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like at first I was going into the menu and changing my camouflage so that I could hold a gun every time I ran into somebody, and then I was like, wait a minute, I have cigarette spray. And literally the first dude I tried to sig spray, I completely fucking missed, and he watched the cigarette spray come out of my mouth. Like he like I shot it at him, I missed him, and he just like followed the smoke with his face. And then he turned back around to look at me, and I hit him again, and he went, oh, and like fell over. It was pretty great.
I think that the handkerchief was a lot more accurate as far as knocking dudes out.
Yeah. I think this is honestly like the last appropriate zone for you to use the handkerchief or the sig spray.
Oh, for sure.
I had a lot of troubles using that handkerchief, so I kind of just started going to sig spray whenever I had it.
Oh, so in the hallway before you get into the hangar, I decided to test this out, and I started waving the handkerchief around in the air for no reason, and I fucking knocked myself out. It was so good. Just kind of laid there for a second.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Just sleepy boy.
Got a whiff.
Yeah.
Sleepy boy science snake. Sleepy boy Nico snake.
Did you guys know that Snake is a sculptor? Because I didn't expect that little butterfly.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's so
It's
beautiful.
Yeah.
I like his extremely anime moment where he like throws it into the air and he's like, he may as well have said like, I take this potato chip and eat it. But he just like threw it up into the air and just was like, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it scared the shit out of me when I was planting the C4 around or C3 around the place. Was I didn't realize that planting it on the floor next to the tank is okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if you lean up against the tank and you press the button, it'll plant it directly on the tank. But the first 2 I didn't think about that, so I just planted it next to it, thinking it would work, and it planted it on the floor. And I was like, oh fuck! But when I planted the last one on the tank, after I figured it out, the cutscene played. So
Nice.
Well, I'll put them all on the
don't
floor.
don't be afraid to plant some shit on the floor.
That's how I do.
Use your floor butterflies.
And then our
on
favorite
the ground.
trio shows up. Oh, go ahead, Cameron. Sorry.
I was just trying to be a yes man to Sam, and I just said throw it on the ground.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
But yeah, our
I just want to say, I was expecting more from this tank bomb section for some reason.
Like more difficult.
Well, I didn't expect it all to be in the same room for some reason.
Oh.
For,
Well, you are trying to blow up the one room.
no, I know, but I guess I was, back in 2 where you had to go locate all the C4s
Yeah,
or
all
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
the
disarm
bomb
them?
disposal.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like
Except
that for some
reverse.
reason. But it's just, they're all there. There you go.
Yeah, I could see that, especially after like MGS1, where it's like, hey, I want you to run all the way here, then I want you to run all the way back,
All the way
then I want
back.
you to come right back, then I want you to do this as well. It's like that did feel a little too easy.
Yeah.
I will say, super, super funny, now that we have Cameron back on the show for me to drop this on you guys. We got an email that we didn't address on the last side op, where we had a listener legitimately time the MGS1 backtracking. Like
man.
he timed it multiple times, like in different circumstances.
Like
and
you
I'll
played
have to-
through all this?
Yeah, I'll have to pull
Oh
up the
my
email. I have to pull up the
goodness.
email when we do the side op for next week. But I believe that the number was like 9 minutes or like less, and he was just like, "Why were you guys complaining?" And so I don't know. I feel like it feels longer when you're in it. I think, especially with all the different zone shifting where you have to wait for the title card.
Yeah, I guess the like actual minute time was like not the gripe. It's just like you're finally getting to this like super hyped moment, and you keep getting pulled out of it and into it.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm no longer impressed by this giant machine because I've been crawling over it for like an hour. So
But yeah. So anyway, I felt like that was a good spot to drop that. So our favorite little trio shows up. Good old BVO. We get a little boss Volgin Ocelot action. And they brought a friend. So we have Eva, aka Tatiana. She got nabbed. And the boss wrecks the fuck out of Snake like usual. And
Again, yelling at him, "Why did you come back?"
yeah. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's a very strange dynamic between the two where she's like, "Dude, get lost for real though." And he's like, "No, I don't wanna." And did you guys hold R1 for any of the R1 moments?
Oh my god. Sorrow.
Did you guys?
If you hold L or R1, the Sorrow is floating around in the background with a countdown timer letting you know how long you have before the fucking hangar blows up.
yeah,
And
Such
he's
a
like
goofball.
doing his like goofy cheesy grin, like
Yeah.
pointing at the sign, like, "You better hurry the fuck up, dog." Like,
And he's like
Yeah.
waving the sign around. He's like, over here. Over here.
Did you guys notice? Did it like so on the Vita? I've noticed that some of the resolution kind of affects the picture quality a little bit. So on the Vita, for some reason, the Sorrow looks like he's got TV scan lines like all over him. Did he show up that way on the console version, Sam and Isaac?
no, he seemed normal enough. He
He
seemed like
seemed
a
like-
little regular old ghost.
Yeah.
he was that way for me. It was like almost similar to like a VHS type
Yeah,
overlay thing.
yeah, and I thought it was intentional. I was like, that's interesting.
They could have made it intentional for the Vita version of it because, well, I mean, if they would have developed them at the same time, then maybe not.
Yeah, because they came out at the same
But-
time.
Yeah, but no, he seems normal to me.
Nice. Yeah, and so we kind of see this thing play out where Volgin essentially has captured Eva and knows that the gig is up, and essentially confronts Snake. And when he confronts Snake and tells him like, "Dude, you're screwed. We've got you here," he turns around and addresses Eva, and he does this little tantrum kick that I feel like conveys so much about his character in such a short amount of time. Like, it's such a cool little moment because he does this little, like, I don't know, it's like a weird, like, stomp temper tantrum thing where he goes, like, 1, 2, 3, and then kicks her in the side. And just, it's little shit like that, I think, especially in this game. I think it's the little details about all of these characters that make them feel so much, like, more alive than the characters in the previous Metal Gear games. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
I feel like in prior Metal Gears, like, on paper, Vulcan Raven sounds fucking cool, but at the end of the day, he sounds like a comic book character. And with MGS3, each of these people, even though they're crazy and may as well be X-Men, they all feel like real people to some extent. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It's valid.
And then he goes on to his James Bond supervillain bullshit where he's like, let me tell you about my master plan before I kill you.
Before you die. It's like,
And so he talks
About
philosophers.
the philosopher's legacy.
It's exactly hidden in this spot, but you'll never get it.
The one that I'm holding in my hand. So I don't know, Sam. I don't think it I don't know. I don't think it matters that I'm about to say this, but it's super fucking obvious that the philosopher's legacy is the precursor to the Patriots. No.
I think so.
Okay. Did you guys pick up on that, Cameron and Isaac?
mildly, kind of. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was sort of just like an inkling of like, oh, Legacy sounds like the Patriots.
Yeah. Well, especially whenever he's like, all of these crazy countries around the world formed the New World Order that pulls the
Yeah.
strings in the background. Like, I was like, okay, here's our Patriots answer.
Exactly.
Finally.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. To me, I just thought the Philosopher's Legacy was kind of a weird, like, oh, and by the way, there's $1 billion on the line, and it just seemed like such a weird, like, side quest, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because they kind of, I mean, they
Well,
hint,
it's
they
like-
hint at it throughout the game, and you can kind of piece together that that's literally the only reason why Eva is even here. But they don't really address it until now. So
Yeah. So, like, up until this moment, I really didn't give a fuck about, like, all the mentions of the Philosopher's Legacy, especially once I found out that it was just, like, money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's because the thing that Volgin found Eva with was like this tape, like this little micro tape that is essentially a list of all the everywhere where the money is,
Yeah.
and all the account information for him. And he's like, he goes into this huge thing about how the nations were supposed to split the money up, but his dad stole it to keep it in Russia or something like that, and then he feels like he inherited it or something like that.
no, that's spot on. Yeah, like essentially they were
Yeah.
going to use the money to bring Russia into being like the biggest superpower again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then the boss is gonna quote deal with Eva, and Volgin gives her the Philosopher's Legacy. So now boss has the Philosopher's Legacy and is acting real shady.
well, and then the number of times that Volgin has dropped the phrase quote make the world whole again the entire fucking
Yeah.
game, I think it's safe to say at this point that making the world whole again post World War II will literally become the like main crux of every fucking game in this series moving forward. So like
Yeah.
so begins like the conflict that is going to take like 4 games to finish.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
but then we get into this weird situation where Ocelot decides to juggle some guns, and Volgin straight up's just like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, this is me."
Fucking stop it. Stop being fancy, dog.
Yeah, dude. And
There's a time and a place for fanciness, and now it's not it.
yeah, for sure. And I love the fact that the boss has to tell Volgin to fight like an actual warrior. Like she's like, "Don't try any stupid shit. Like just do this." And and he's just like, duh. And so for a split second, Volgin becomes a man on fire and burns his clothes off. And
His gloves are literally off.
yeah, he literally takes I like how he takes the gloves off carefully, but then burns his trench coat.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
but and then we
And then there's just like a fun secret arena in this hangar for whatever reason. Secret battle arena.
this is their Super Smash Bros. Brawl like Saturday night stage.
For real. It's like, why the fuck is like they're just okay, sure. Metal
The
Gear.
guards just get drunk and box each other down there. But yeah, so we have the first boss fight of our episode and sort of like the beginning of a 2-part conflict. want to hear how Cameron and Isaac dealt with this, since this was you guys' first time. What'd you guys do, Cameron?
I just rolled around a lot, I guess, and just shot at him with that sweet gun Ocelot threw at me. And all of this like really made me love Ocelot, because there's this fucking thing he does when he throws you the guns where he like tosses his hands at you and he's just like, "Hey."
Yeah, it's like,
Like-
hey. Yeah, that's been a recurring theme.
Oh god, fuck yeah, I love that. And like he does it like 2 or 3 times in this instance. And
Can I just ask you a quick question, Cameron?
what's up?
What do you think about the that he uses to call his dudes?
I guess I'm just playing it on the Vita, so my audio is low. So I guess I haven't caught the. But I definitely want to go back and check it out now. But there's one thing I'm trying to find it right now. Fucking. Shit. Hold on, I'm right here. Let me just watch this real fast. Ocelot says something that's fucking hilarious.
I'm right here, guys.
Give me a second.
I just love this scene. While you're doing that, I just love this scene because like Volgin is like, oh no, this is after the first one, man.
Oh, this. All right, so Ocelot just he's basically like, nah, I'm not gonna listen to you. Unloads on Volgin, and then Volgin, he's just like, are you questioning my authority? Like, dude just shot like 100 bullets in your direction. I don't know. I just thought that was like a funny. Like,
Yo,
why
dude,
did he even say
do you
that?
not like me, dude?
Like, yeah. Hey, man. I saw that post you made about me on Facebook. Are we still friends? Like, I don't know. It just cracked me up. But yeah. The fight was, I don't know. I guess not too terribly difficult. It just roll around, shoot him, figure out his pattern. There you go.
Did you non-lethal him, or did you lethal?
I guess I non-lethal. Wait, what do you mean? Did I like?
Did you stamina gauge like trank him to death, or did you use a gun?
I was just using a gun.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say you get like a special camo for tranking him.
It's like it's the Russian camo because like in the
it's the U.S. flag, Russian
if-
flag, like split.
because if they're facing you from the front, they won't attack you because you have the Russian flag. But if you're running away from them, they'll see the United States flag and straight up.
awesome.
It's
so
fucking
good.
amazing. It's the greatest
Yeah.
camo.
I was
That's so good.
doing this fight at like 8:00, so it was down to the wire. I wasn't trying to get any like sweet special stuff.
The sweet
But
specials.
now I really wish that I had that.
Yeah, you should look up pictures, dude.
Flag
It's really
duo.
good.
It's fucking amazing.
Oh, you can also take pot shots at Ocelot from down there. So while he's running around the outside, you can fucking shoot him to death, like from your spot. And
Which is
I think you can time
really
paradox it.
ill-advised. Oh my god, it's super ill-advised because like he's helping.
Yeah, like I think he'll say things too, like "What are you doing?"
Snake.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Isaac, what was your fight
Hey.
with the Volgin
The
boy?
Bulger?
Like,
The Bulgin
Volgin
Volgin.
the Rolvin Volvin.
What?
Well, I just wanted a precursor with a piece of the plot that we had skipped out. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but before we get into the fight, the boss takes Eva away.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we
So-
mentioned that she was
I
being
said
shady,
that.
but we didn't say that she
Oh,
physically.
I know,
was
I
like
just-
either.
I said that boss was taking Eva she was gonna deal with Eva and then took the legacy.
Oh, I didn't hear you, Sam. I'm so sorry.
I
I forgive you.
I don't remember
Thank
you
you.
saying that. I'm gonna have to re-roll the tape, Sam.
Yeah, hold
Well-
on, guys. I think let's all export our audio real quick. I'm gonna edit it till this point, and then we're gonna roll it back.
New boys versus
Okay.
the old boys. Here we go.
That's right.
New boys, same as the old
I
boys.
got your back, Isaac. We're blood brothers.
Thanks, Cam. Thanks, Cam Dog. Anyway, so we have it on record for sure now.
For sure.
While I'm
Yeah.
editing, I'm gonna
Dealt with
place
Eva.
it right here.
The boss is gonna quote deal with Eva. God damn it.
So it's we're gonna have 3 of them now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be said 3 times. Okay. Anyway,
Copy and paste that along with a couple of my pauses for You're trying to fill out the episode.
When in doubt, just stretch those pauses out.
Stretch it out.
Anyway, so
So my
I just
fight.
stretch the audio rate and just play everything at 60%. All right,
Continue, Isaac.
I guess that didn't work. I guess that joke didn't go over
No.
well. Hold on, let me try
I
it
had
again. I need to get
I
a
had-
better joke in now because now I'm just gonna.
okay.
Actually, hey, give me like 30 seconds to walk away and just kind of collect myself because I'm kind of embarrassed that didn't go over better.
Go take a walk.
Damn, dude. Isaac just told you to go take a walk.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the fight didn't go so well at first. I equipped. I was like, all right, I'm gonna smash his face in with a shotgun. So
Oh
I
my
pull up the
God.
shotgun. Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? So I pull it up, but then his lightning bolts of whatever. What do they do? It empties your whole gun. And I didn't understand what was going on, so I was like, "What?" Super frustrated. Died a couple that time. But then I figured out that that's what was going on. So after that, it was easy sailing. Just punch him in the face.
Yeah, did you? I was gonna ask if you did you smack him
Nah.
around?
Of course. He looks like a meat sack. And
Can you elaborate on that, Isaac?
well, all right. So
Whoa.
when he burns off all his clothes, it looks like his skin is very pinkish,
It's very red. Yes.
red, and so he looks like a meat sack that you can punch around.
A yit sack.
Yes, unless you.
Very nice.
Anyway, but
Sam,
yeah.
Yes.
how did you dismantle the Volgin bomb?
So Volgin sign. So essentially, what I did was when you equip any gun, he starts charging that electrical attack. So if you quickly unequip it, you can dodge the attack and kind of use that as an opportunity to get behind him. And I just blasted him in the back with a shotgun because he has like a shield on his front, so you can't penetrate his shields in the front.
Shotgun
So-
buddies.
Yep.
So you have to penetrate
essentially-
him from the rear, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, to get him in the rear, you have to just plow him into the rear. But yeah, so if you unequip your gun as he's charging up his electrical attack and run around and re-equip it, you can shoot him in the back, and it gets his life bar down pretty quickly with a shotgun.
Agreed.
That's about the only time. Like, this next section is really brutal as far as killing people, but like we talked about last mainline episode how I was kind of trending down towards killing people and doing it more stealthily or tranking people, and bosses are like the only ones where I'm just like, fuck that.
I just literally punched him. Just
Did you
the
punch
whole
him?
time. I just punched him the whole time,
Oh,
and that's it. That's my tip. Just punch,
is that how
punch
you're
and roll.
supposed to?
Just punch.
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
Yeah. You just punch him, and then when he charges up his thing to do his little bullet blast, just like run away and get on the ground, and you'll like avoid most of it.
What?
Or you can equip the handy dandy sneak suit, which absorbs the damage. And you can just punch him and then like sit in the corner when he freaks out. And it's actually real easy because when he does that little Gatling gun thing where he does like a little semicircle, you can just like do the run roll underneath and then just get up behind him and punch him. So I don't know. I just took it like whenever the cutscene happened, I was like, oh well, I'm supposed to box him in this little room because that feels right. So that's what I did. I just punched him,
Boy Scout.
and I got the camo.
Cool.
And that's it. Sam, I feel like I've been talking for a real long time. Would you like to carry us through the rest of this section, my friend?
Yeah, I guess I will. So after Volgin goes down, you have not a lot of time to get out of this warehouse, and Eva bursts in the scene with her jumpsuit and her exposed chest again, and is like, "How the fuck did you get out of here?" And then they book it on on motorcycle trying to escape, and Ocelot is chasing them out of the. Oh no, this is later, isn't it?
He sees Snake escape, and he smiles.
Yeah, he sees. That's right. I'm thinking about the next section of it, but
It all
sees
bleeds
Snake
together.
escape.
It's just motorcycle.
It all bleeds together. It's a lot of stuff. But he sees Snake. He sees Snake escape, and they get out. And this cut scene is super brutal. These guys are just like burning in agony. And
Oh yeah,
like,
one of their
running out of the
fucking
warehouse.
screams like haunts my nightmares to this day. Because one of the dudes is just like, and I don't know, dude. It's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, it's kind of like shockingly brutal, even compared to some of the other stuff that's been in the game. But yeah, so you kind of pull off to the side before you start booking it, and Snake is like, "How the fuck did you escape?" And Eva goes, "The boss let me go." And you're like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" So the boss is waiting for them at the lake where they're supposed to make their escape.
You're supposed to get the wig, the riding wig.
Yeah, the riding wig.
We couldn't let that go.
So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, so Eva is just like, "I don't understand your relationship, and I don't want you to fight the boss, but the boss told me to give you a message," and then tells Snake that, "I've never seen someone with such clear eyes," which is kind of a burn because he only has one.
Didn't catch
But yeah,
that.
no,
I goofed.
shares that.
I goofed that scene up so hard. I thought she was like, "I have something to tell you," and I took it as, "And when she told me, I've never seen someone with such clear eyes," and I was waiting
For the
to
rest
find
of the
out
sentence.
what it,
For the
to
actual
find out what
message.
it was, and then I thought that was like oh, you're gonna fuck. That's dumb as hell. Fucked up. Cut that.
That's hilarious.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well,
Whoops.
wunderbar. So it becomes light gun rail shooter.
Yeah, like, so they get back on the motorcycle, and the fucking Shagohad, piloted by Volgin.
Yeah, who's got like
comes out of the-
fucking
comes out of the
like
wreckage.
ivy, like poison ivy.
Yeah.
Shit going on.
It's like, so much for blowing up the Shagohad or killing Volgin. Goddamn. So we get into this, which I kind of appreciated this section because I hate being the one that drives and stuff during stuff like this, and I probably would have died many times given the nature of the zone. But Eva's driving you around the motorcycle, you're sitting bitch, and you have to shoot all these guys. And I want to hear from Isaac about how he got through this section.
Okay, there's like 50 motorcycle chase scenes or motorcycle chase.
This one, the one where you're still within the compound, not like the one.
Oh,
where
okay. And then like the Shagohad comes out through.
Yeah, and it's like trying to stop on.
I didn't really. I mean, is there a lot to deal with? I feel like
I mean, it's all,
not-
honestly, it's all one big. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's
it's like
one big giant
thing.
section.
to me,
Yeah.
I didn't really even have to shoot any of the soldiers. I mean, his health would have gone down, but I feel like I would have made it out just fine. But it is cool because you have an infinite ammo, so you're just like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Just
I fucking
unloading.
love. So I tried to do this section with the Mark 22 because I was trying to like continue with my epiphany that I had during, but it was not successful. So I equipped that one gun where Snake like goes when he's firing it, and having that gun with infinite ammo is the greatest thing in the fucking world.
What gun is that?
Yeah,
Like,
and you don't even
I
have to
can't remember
aim
what
in
it's
first
called.
person. You can just like keep it in the third person camera, and it just looks fucking intense.
I messed that up.
Mhm.
I was using the Scorpion. So
Bad mistake. You
I
should've used
guess
that
so.
fucking-
I thought it was
Dude,
a good mistake, but
It's a good gun.
it's good.
It's a good gun, but you should use the screaming gun. It's far more entertaining.
Maybe I'll replay it with that. Just for that.
For the what we're talking about. At first I dreaded it, and I was like, oh no, I remember this fucking driving gun nonsense from MGS1 that went on way too long. And was like a gripe that I had, because it was just like, I don't know, kind of difficult, I guess probably because of the controls and things like that. And then I got into it, and I was like, oh, this is actually really dope. And I was loving it, but by the end of it, it felt like it went on a little too long. But maybe that's just me.
Did you guys pop the explodey barrels every time you could?
Oh no,
There's a
popped
there's a
them a
lot of
couple
explodey
times.
barrels.
missed that.
Yeah.
Also, infinite ammo means
Oh,
get the
yes.
fucking RPG out, dudes. Come on, you got a
Yeah.
rocket launcher.
When you're in
Yeah, dude,
when you're in
I
the
ripped that
close
thing hard.
quarters, when you're in the close quarters of like the Grozny Grad itself, it's kind of not smart because you're real close to everybody. But when you get out into the open runway, it's like the weapon of choice.
Dude, you live on
Yeah,
the
when I hit
edge.
that runway, I was rocking that RPG.
Do you got that
that
turbo
how it
button
works?
installed on your Vita? I just pictured Cameron with like a handmade, like drilled, like glued on turbo controller button on his Vita.
It's hot rodded. It's highly modified. I'm part of the DIY community.
Yeah, but
Do you have a stock on your controller like Ocelot has for his fucking revolver? Because my God, Ocelot has a stock for his revolver. I literally cannot with him.
oh yeah, that
anymore.
cracked me up. But yeah, so that's sort of this scene. It's fun. This definitely stood out to me as a kid. I remember replaying this scene just because it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
But eventually, you get to a point where you have to snipe the bridge explosives because they won't detonate for whatever reason. And so, yeah.
Really quick, like there's a pro tip for when you're using the RPG, because even though it's infinite ammo, you have to reload and it takes forever. If you tap the trigger to unequip it and then click it again to re-equip it, it instantly reloads itself.
Yeah, so just like literally do the thing that you do in all Metal Gear games all the time.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't something that I knew to do.
Do you guys not do that with the other guns?
No.
I do it.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say like I never ever watched the reload animations for any of the guns.
Oh damn.
Well, I did it on
I was-
accident,
I
but
was
I was
Sam.
like, I've never done that in a Metal Gear game.
What?
Huh?
Never?
No.
Do we need to re-record the entire show?
Through the 3 games?
I don't think so. Like, I don't think that affects like my ability to play a game.
That's true.
It's just something clever that I noticed. Thanks for killing me.
No,
Thanks for crucifying me on the hill so I could die for your sins.
Yeah,
God,
dude.
whatever.
Dude, Metal Gear Solid 5 was the first Metal Gear where you couldn't fucking do that, and it drove me nuts. Like, I was like, tappa, 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 why can't I do this?
Tappa, tappa.
But, yep. Anyway.
Oh, Mexican appetizer.
But yeah, so essentially what ends up happening is like, we're like, hooray, we fucking shot down the Shagohad. This is wonderful. Right after it like rams into a plane and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, I love this whole thing. It's like Volgin's like, fuck that plane, and then Volgin's like, fuck Ocelot, and knocks him down, and the Ocelot's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, so here, actually, whenever you hit that plane, I don't know what it was, but my Vita would crash.
Whoa.
Specifically during the part where like you hit the plane, and as it starts to tumble over, my thing would crash, and then I would restart. I'd get through all the shit, and then I would get there and it would crash again. So I've experienced problems with my Vitas, like games that I've downloaded before. So like I got pretty far in Final Fantasy VIII, and then had the same thing happen. So this is
Whoa.
actually where I stopped, and then I reinstalled the game. Didn't have enough time before we started recording to try and play through it, so I just watched a playthrough, I guess. But that was kind of garbage. So yeah, bless the disc. If you got that, if
Yeah.
you got that disc, bless
Well, that's
it.
weird because like mine's downloaded as well, and I've never had issues. That's interesting. But yeah, so we do the old movie trick where it's like, oh no, the big bad man's coming. We got to shoot the thing to trigger. He falls in hole, and they do that.
Oh,
but then the
am so
Shagohad's still
fucking
around.
glad. I'm so fucking glad I had a lot of time to aim that shot because I am not good under pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
That would have ended badly for me if it was like, do it now, Snake, do it now.
Don't do
You
it
guys
here,
I
do
just
it
had to be
home.
patient.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
What's up,
Yeah,
Isaac?
I'd love to.
I failed the first time.
What
Shooting the
happened?
bridge?
Did you get a special cutscene?
No, it just said you've sucked, and it mission failed.
A message came up that literally said, "Dog, you suck." Is that what happened?
He was like, "What are you doing?" And then mission failed.
Oh, I was
damn.
hoping
I
they'd
just-
show you like them getting wrecked by the Shagohad.
Oh no! So, I guess I was just being slow. I had my the view in the sniper mode or whatever, and I don't know. I couldn't find the second one in time.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's no good.
Anyway,
Boosh.
just carrying on with tradition.
Did you guys think that the Shagohad was down for the count, or were you guys surprised to see it come back? That's the same question.
Or- yeah.
So did you guys expect it to come back, or were you surprised?
I didn't think it would come back like that, but I figured it would like crash down and then find its way somewhere else. But it just kind of like flew up. So you could
Blew.
say I was surprised.
Thank you, Isaac. Wonderful.
Awesome.
It's late. We fight Volgin Part 2. He stands on top of the Shagohad.
Well, you fight the Shagohad first.
Do you?
Yeah, you
You have to, yeah.
Is it
Eva,
separate?
You gotta-
you're still on.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
It's separate.
That's
Like
right.
Eva's driving around the motorcycle. You have to shoot the treads to disable it, and then you have to shoot the front of it to knock it out.
That's right.
And
I don't know why I
then,
always bleed that together with the weird chariot Volgin fight.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty simple battle, and if you guys like had trouble with it, let me know. But it's pretty much you shoot the treads of the Shagohad, and then while it's disabled, you shoot the front of it, and it to knock out its life bar.
Yeah.
And honestly, Eva driving the motorcycle wound up being the most annoying thing about the battle because she often doesn't go where you need her to go after you disabled it. But
Yeah, because you just knock out its treads, and then you can actually hop on the little gun turrets that are around. Convenient.
Yeah, the guy that I watched during the playthrough, since I couldn't keep playing it, he like knocked out the treads immediately, ran and just hopped on a turret and literally just like loaded out on a Volgin. And, like he
I didn't
move at all.
even know you could get out of the motorcycle.
The second part.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh wait,
is this
did I jump too far ahead?
Yeah, I think we both.
maybe? I don't think you can get.
Yeah, sorry.
You can't get out of the motorcycle
Yeah,
in the
my-
battle. The first
my
part of
bad.
the battle. But
No, yeah,
yeah,
you're
I was
part,
referencing
yeah.
the second. My bad.
Yeah, because the second part you're on foot while she's distracting him with the
motorcycle.
with the motorcycle, and then you can get on a turret, and then you can shoot him, and then once he's damaged, you get off the turret immediately because he comes and he fucking crashes into it and blows it up, and then you just kind of rinse, wash, and repeat. He's got a couple of like moves and stuff that he does that you can kind of dodge pretty easily, but eventually you just kind of use the turrets to kind of knock him down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as boss fights go, I feel like this one felt the most like formulaic video game Nintendo boss fight a little bit, where it's just
Yeah.
like, do a thing. Okay, you're good at doing it. Do it 4 more times.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting because I feel like this game in particular has some of the most inventive boss fights in PS2 era video games. And so it's just like, well, shit, man. Like, really? Like, this is how you choose to usher out Volgin as a character, is to just have it be this, like, kind of boss battle by the numbers. But it fits. I mean, thematically, it's fun, and it's I don't know. It feels like a big battle, big showdown.
Thematically, it does. Like I felt kind of disappointed with it as a whole because of that exact reason. Because the scene, like if I would have almost preferred it if it was like one like giant cut scene, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of really awesome set pieces, and I think part of the motorcycle parts, while kind of went on a little too long, but were generally entertaining. The boss battles, like the battle in the arena with Volgin was pretty simple, and then like everything else about the fighting was simple and just kind of didn't fit with the game that they had presented us so far. It was a little disappointing.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Oh,
Isaac, would you?
yeah,
think?
I totally agree.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's what I think. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of pretty much echo what everybody else was saying. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to just beat up on this huge invention that Russia was gearing up to mass produce or whatever.
Were they Metal Gearing up
Metal-
to do it?
Yeah. So
Not yet.
But, and then also going back to the motorcycle chases, I thought it reminded me of like Time Crisis, that sort of, like you said, the on rails type shooting, and I think that's why I liked it a lot. But it did go on for way too long because I thought it would be over the first time it went, but life goes on.
Nice. Jesus. Yeah.
So, yeah, but after this battle, it starts raining.
Such
Well,
perfect
actually,
timing.
It starts raining partway through the battle, and at the end of the battle, like some lightning starts happening, and fucking Volgin gets electrocuted to death.
He gets fried.
He gets fried, like gets cooked well done. Should have said cool bar, bitch.
It does not.
He's like a little meaty boy.
God.
Well, and then it
hate
triggers.
those
So
words.
the most gruesome part is that it triggers all of the M16 shells on his body to fire off,
Oh yeah,
and then he becomes like a little popcorn man.
It's like fireworks.
But he's
a firework.
but he's real angry the whole time.
Yeah.
He's
He felt-
burning it up.
Well, it's because he felt like a plastic bag blowing through the wind.
Oh,
Baby, he's a firework.
such a metaphor.
Wow, did you
Going
just
from
reference
what he's
American Beauty within a Katy Perry lyric?
Yep. That's the beginning of the Katy Perry lyric. I think.
Why the fuck does she reference American Beauty?
I don't know. That's the lyric. I know. I think it's.
That's just
No,
just how
like
it goes.
the lyric itself, her lyric is a reference to
yeah. That one
the
video.
iconic, like, it's not a video, it's like 90% of the movie American Beauty is a kid with a video camera
Yeah.
filming a plastic bag.
I know.
Yeah.
But it
Firework.
is a
It says,
video.
do you ever? Okay, so now we're doing this. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in?
Dude, hold on. Is it nothing but Kevin
Hold on.
Spacey?
Kevin
It's nothing
Spacey,
but Kevin
House
Spacey.
of Cards. Oh my god.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Do you ever?
Does she mention K-Pax in her lyrics as well?
Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing?
Oh my
There's
god.
got to be a movie where Kevin Spacey gets buried.
Oh, that one movie.
Could it have some?
When he gets buried. Oh my
Which
god.
one? What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe it references Pay It
idea.
Forward.
I had no
Maybe.
idea.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, mind equals blown.
Oh my god.
All right, Sam,
sorry,
continue.
All right, are we done
More-
making fun of me so that we can
No.
finish this fucking
More
episode?
lyrics.
I wasn't making fun of you.
Do you know that there's still a chance for you because there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night.
Have you seen
like the 4th
hold on guys.
of July?
Cameron,
What's up?
the JonTron firework music
That's
video.
all that I'm thinking about.
Oh,
right now.
that's so good. John
Oh,
Tron
man,
singing
it
this
made
song.
me cry.
This song,
Ah,
this
it's so
song
good.
has been my mortal enemy for
All right, so that's all a deleted scene. Can we continue on with the episode now?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so Volgin gets fireworked.
Yep. And he's gone.
Volgin gone. So now
Maybe.
So now you're trying to get down to the lake, and you're going through Lazarevo on this little bike chase.
Well, hold on. What was that?
Lazarevo?
Hold on. I think you're cutting out. What was that?
Lazarevo?
Where are the
What?
huevos?
That's what the fucking zone is called.
I'm just fucking with you, Sam.
God damn it. You're the last person that needs to be fucking with somebody about how to pronounce fucking bullshit.
I don't know why you always say that. Just because I slowly pronounce it? I don't pronounce it wrong. I just do it deliberately.
You usually do pronounce
Apparently, speed is a factor in pronunciation. Apparently,
Hey, am I missing something? Alessio, what have you fucked up?
everything.
Tell me about your fuck ups.
I don't know how to pronounce Sam.
What?
I thought
He
you
doesn't
said
know.
fam.
He doesn't.
Like, hashtag
Yeah.
bless you, fam.
Yeah, I know. Do you see what I mean? I just can't do it.
man.
Yeah.
There was an episode where you pronounced one zone like 4 different ways.
Yeah, because we all were.
Graph.
Continue, please.
Anyway. So you're going through this place, and you're going through this bike chase, and essentially now you have to get down to the lake, but you're running away from a bunch of like dudes who are also on motorcycles, and there are a couple of them on those little hover cars, and you just got to start blowing everyone up with an RPG again, because that's the easiest way to do it.
I do have a quick question for you guys. Why do you think they're
Sure.
still chasing you? Because you just took down their commander.
Yeah, I was kind of like, man, really? When that started happening, I was like, do you not just see that I just took out that fucking $20 billion machine and your boss? Like, you want to fuck with me right now? For real?
They're loyal. To
Well,
a fault.
I don't think some of them knew because as you were driving away, there was a bunch of guards posted up along the way. And so they just saw
that's
you
right.
drive by and then...
Oh, yeah. Those guys
We should
are
probably
added.
chase him.
Yeah.
He looks like a bad man.
We'll chase him.
He looks like a Batman.
But yeah, like halfway. So you're going through this forest, and like halfway through this chase, Eva's like, "Snake, shoot the log," and you have to shoot this log in front of you with an RPG. So that was pretty.
Did
fun.
everybody
That was-
get it?
That was P.
Yes.
Yes, I did. Did you not?
No, I got it. I just want to know what happens
Okay.
if you don't get it.
The
Oh,
playthrough
oh.
that I watched, he didn't shoot it. If I'm
What-
thinking
oh.
about the correct thing.
What happened?
Am I right about this? Like, he didn't shoot a log, so you like
Yeah,
tumble off or whatever? Or does that
Oh.
happen regardless?
That
That
happens
happens-
later on in the scene, but maybe like if you don't hit the log, like that the scene ends prematurely.
Oh, okay.
But if you shoot the log, you keep going, and then you do like this sick jump. You get mad hops, and then after the jump, you kind of go crashing down into this pit, and everything's on fire.
It says like 1 of 64 stunt jumps completed when you hit that jump.
Mad hops, mad ups, sick jump.
But yeah, and
But
so
yeah,
that's gonna be sort of where we wrap up our coverage for this episode, because in a way, much like Nick Freda pointed out on the Slack channel, this is where we go from climax to sort of falling action for the rest of the story arc. And arguably, we're gonna get into my least favorite section of the entire fucking game when we pick up on the next episode.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Yep. But on that
A
note,
favorite gameplay type of gamers everywhere.
yeah, for sure.
It's
It can be done
I've been
well.
I've been away for 6 months, and I still rubbed off on you. You seem to be hating on some Metal Gear, and that's good. Let the hate flow through.
It
You like to
fuels
see
him.
that.
Oh, I mean,
It fuels.
it's
him.
like complaining about wilted lettuce on like a 5-star restaurant hamburger. Like
I'd
it's
be
still
really
good.
upset. No, I'd fucking throw a baby fit. Garbage. I'm paying $18 for a fucking burger. Of course, I don't want the lettuce to be wilted.
I agree, actually. Yeah.
I got a burger at Wendy's today, and it was like this mozzarella thing, and the lettuce was actually wilted on it, and it felt really cheated.
Well, it's Wendy's. I mean, I wouldn't
I
be
don't get
surprised.
burgers.
Wendy's is fucking amazing.
I don't
You need to
get
shut your goddamn
burgers.
It's
mouth.
fast food though.
I don't get
good.
burgers.
The lettuce is never wilted
right.
on any burger that I get at Wendy's.
I don't get
Go.
burgers.
Why don't you get burgers?
No,
You
I
don't
just-
get them, or
I
you
just
don't
get
understand
it.
them?
I just don't get it.
You don't get the idea of them?
Oh,
Yeah, like what's it all
like the
about?
concept of burger.
Yeah, I'm one of those malnourished kids that like. So my parents were vegan, so I'm really fucked up, and I'm a lot shorter than I should be because I was malnourished as a child, and I never got to experience a burger. So like,
Oh.
what is a burger?
Um,
Threw you a
like-
curveball. I fucking love burgers. I eat them all the time.
Whoa.
We're not on the episode, right? We're not still doing this, right?
Anyway, well, I guess I'll talk about our fabulous Geek Time Network. If you go to the website geekti.me, you can check out all of the shows that we do, including this one on there. You can also go to soundcloud.com/Geek Time Network, where we upload all of our shows as well. You can also search Geek Time on iTunes and bring up a list of all of our shows so that you can give them reviews, because we want to hear from you. Fucking Canada, come on.
Hey, give them some
on.
slack. Give them a little bit of slack.
I'm not giving them shit until one of them drops a review.
All right.
I need literally one Canadian to take a bullet and fucking hit a review,
All right.
and they are not. I need one Canadian. So no slack will be given. No quarter. We
No
will hind and
slack.
quarter them.
Channel access. will be given.
Yeah, for real. No slack channel access.
That was good.
Even if you, unless you go to patreon.com/geektime network and you decide to become a sponsor, then you will be given Slack channel access, amongst other cool things that we're doing exclusively for sponsors of the Geek Time Network. You can also find us on social, Twitter @GeekTime Network. Find us on Facebook and YouTube by searching the Geek Time Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need 100 subscribers on there so that we can create a custom username, which will probably wind up being the Geek Time Network. But in order to do that, we need to get a specific amount of subscribers so that people know that we're legit. And yeah, please help. We're putting a lot of cool stuff. We got some live streams on there that we're kind of posting from our Twitch, which you can also go to visit at Geek Time Network, twitch.tv/Geek Time Network. The cool thing about that is we're taking our Twitch streams and we're cutting them down and giving you the highlights on our YouTube channel, which is pretty neat. We've got Alessio is playing Fallout for the PC on his PC Time Machine show right now.
Mm-hmm.
James Reichmuth is playing BioShock Infinite on his show James Plays, and right now I'm playing Neopets in search for Darrigan Paintbrush to paint my Lupe that I have decided to name Flarp for whatever reason. So check out our YouTube channel. You'll get that and a lot of other cool stuff that we would like to be doing for you very soon.
Sweet.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah, man, you hit the nail on the head. All right. Thank you, guys. That's been our episode for this week. You can hit me up on Twitter @AC Summerfield. Sam, where can people find you?
Samurai DPS.
And Isaac is @doesn't have a twit, which is wonderful. And Cameron, where can people hit you up, dude?
Same as Isaac.
You stole me.
Well, no,
Stole
Isaac's
mine.
actual Twitter handle is doesn't have a twit.
Yeah, still has 38 followers. We need 2 more, and he'll do another live tweet.
Oh well,
It's not a joke.
all right.
Wow.
Very nice. Well, so since we forced Rob to come up with something on the top of his head last time, Cameron, do you have something that you want to remind the listeners about?
Well, am I supposed to be making a box reference? Sorry to be wasting your time right now. I'm not entirely sure what I should be saying right here. Is this the box reference?
Just a box.